Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. This some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thoughts in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
What's going on, man? What is going on, people? We are back in the building, guys. As always, smash the like button, share, and subscribe. So today we're going to be taking a look at Lille striker Jonathan David. This is a very peculiar striker. The Canadian striker, obviously, as I mentioned before, plays for Lille. Weird one. Such a weird, like, I don't know, really even how to judge him. Like, I don't even know, do I think he's good? Like, I don't even know for myself. Do I think he's good? Do I think he's bad? Like, is he genuinely good? Like, the stats and everything will tell you, yeah, if you just looked at the stats, yes, he is a phenomenal. To be honest, he's one of the best strikers actually out there, and he's been doing this consistently for about 5 seasons since he obviously moved to Lille, from Genk. So, even whilst he was there, in Belgium, he was scoring goals. So this isn't a guy who, has only been doing it. No, he's been doing it for a long, long, long time. So, is it that? But then, I don't know. There's almost like this stigma around him. And listen, I want to know. So let me know in the comment section what it might actually be, because in the little I've seen of him across his career, and that's probably about 20 appearances for Lille, including obviously the one against us, Liverpool, in the Champions League. He looks good. He looks absolutely good. He looks like, I can, I can get on board with a striker like this. He's got, nimble footwork. He can get in behind. He can create space. He can finish. It seems like he could do all of these things, but it's so weird. It's so weird. The way that people speak about him is, I find it interesting. But of course, let me know in the comment section. For people who watch him a lot more than I do, they'll be able to, of course, tell me. I've only seen comps, and as I mentioned, about 20 games, of his, in general. But listen, this season, again, on fire, 20 goals, 9 assists, which is really good for a striker as well, within, 36 appearances. He has spoken, Barcelona was always the team he grew up supporting. When you grew up supporting a team, it's your dream, of course, to play for them. And I think, even look here, last season, 26 goals, 9 assists again, in 47 appearances. As I mentioned before, he gets goals. Like, this isn't a guy who doesn't get goals. If you look at his career, as I said before, if you just looked at the stats, and I'm not imploring anybody to do so, this is just more me trying to, figure out, what it is with someone, like a Jonathan David. And if I looked at the stats, I say, well, 302 games, 141 goals, 42 assists. That's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? 104 goals in 219 appearances, for Lille, 27 assists in that time. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. Again, there might be people out there, something about maybe the way he plays, maybe some people just don't like. And, again, that's kind of fair. He doesn't get injuries like that at all, to be honest with you. So again, you can tell that he is someone who, is reliable, as well. And like, as I said, like, when you go through the stats are pretty good. This is obviously, in the last the last year, should I say, in terms of shots on target, goals to shots, expected goals, passes. Again, he's a good link-up player as well. Again, from what I see. So like I said, I genuinely want to know. He's on. He looks like he's going to be leaving on a free transfer this summer. With his contract obviously being up. So man, I'm very, very interested to know why. First and foremost, is it just a case of he just wants to leave Lille, and then pastures new, or is it a case of just no one really, taking a look at him or wanting to take a punt on him, because he has been there for, a little while. And, little bits here in terms of like his style of play, as I mentioned before, I feel like he's got nimble footwork. He's quick. He can get in behind. He likes to drop deep at time, but can also, spread himself out, whether it's left or right, drop in to get the ball and stuff like that. Good link up player. in a general sense. I think that is, you know, vitally important for a player, you know, like him. And he seems to be able to create space, you know, make space for himself to be able to get the shot off. That's something that I have seen, you know, in the compilations and things like that, is that, you know, he will give himself a yard, and he's not afraid to shoot with either left foot or his right foot. He isn't someone who's just, you know, predominantly right footed. As an example, can only take shots with that. He can take shots with his left foot as well. And then, as you can see, he has, again, you know, being able to run in behind. So yeah, listen, he's available on a free transfer, you know, in the summer. I mean, how many teams need strikers? You know, how many teams need strikers? So I mean, a free striker, someone not gonna cost you anything. It's just gonna be wages and, you know, maybe a signing on fee and things like that. You know, I mean, could you do worse, you know, than a free signing? Like, you could still go out and sign a striker if you really wanted to, and potentially play with the two, or, you know, have him as like your kind of bench option, rotational, you know, kind of piece. I feel like he'd be a very good squad player for one of the top teams, and I still think he could play for a better team, you know, than Lille. Again, with no disrespect to Lille, you know, in themselves. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Let me know your thoughts on Jonathan David. He is, as I mentioned before, available on a free this summer. Would you like your team to go out and get him this summer, or do you think there's better out there, even though he is a free option? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, people. Peace.